back from vacation, but was it really a vacation?
Sarah, it was so bad. Episode 335.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to Pittsburgh. I thought it was going to be nice family, whatever. It was just one of those things where everything went wrong.
Yeah. Like a planes, trains, and automobiles.
It was. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy how sometimes the trip, it's like, it's going to be like that the whole way. I haven't been on many trips where it starts just completely chaotic, and then it's like, oh, well, the rest of the trip was lovely.
And it makes you realize how, like, you're just one thing away from, like, being in the Bates Motel.
Totally.
Being stranded on the side of the road.
Please tell me about how you ended up in a hotel like
I'll spare you the details, but it was just one of those things where, like, you know, we didn't make our connection kept getting delayed and blah, blah, blah. Then it's the middle of the night and we're with a 7-year-old.
Oh, my God.
It's like, well, what do we do here? But, yeah, we had to stay overnight in Detroit, finally got to Pittsburgh, and then things were not ideal there. But I was so grateful that you were able to watch my kitty cat.
Oh, and let me tell you, I love your cat. And I'm like laughing to myself as you're describing your like Bates Motel thing, because I just want to show you a picture of, you know, and since everybody can't see it, your
cracking
reaction
open DC
is,
here.
Oh, yes,
but
she
go
is.
ahead, yeah.
So when we were on our road trip, we had like miscalculated how long it would take to get to one of the parks.
Yeah.
And so we had to make a stop at this random town in Nevada called Pahrump, which I just was cracking up because I couldn't get the Little Drummer Boy song on my head. Pahrump-a-pump. I was singing that the whole time. I'm like, have they heard this joke here? It's great.
Have they heard
so
that one?
this is the hotel room that was one of 2 dog-friendly hotels. One was fully booked. I can't imagine it would be much better than this, but this is what the hotel room looked like. That's how we walked into it. Like, I didn't do anything to it.
Oh, my God. For real?
Yeah.
That's how the bed was?
Yeah, so
the bed is like, it looks like someone was sleeping in my bed.
Somebody's been sleeping in my bed.
What do you think happened
I
there?
don't know. Or I don't know.
Oh, my God.
It just looked, and I was like, oh.
It's not dirty, though, I wouldn't say.
It
was.
It was because, like, I took my shoes off and I walked across the carpet.
First mistake.
There was a wet spot.
That is...
And mysterious wetness is one of my least favorite things on the planet.
That is one of your fears.
But worst. Because in New York City, I was like, oh, there's mysterious wetness everywhere, and I don't know where... Bathrooms?
Yeah, I know.
You know how I hate that?
Yes, I do.
So, yeah, so I felt, on the...
right.
Yeah, but I had to share that little picture with you.
When you were at my house, did you have to, like... fight off any burglars?
Thank goodness no. And I learned that no burglar would ever even be able to get into your house because when my dumbass locked myself out, I tried everything.
Stop.
Let me tell you guys.
Okay.
So I had spent the night at my friend Morgan's house. We had gone out to the bars the night before, and I wanted to make sure that I get up really early. I think I had something to do where I had to, like, be at your house early to, like, check on the cat, and then I was going to go back home. And so it's, like, 6 o'clock in the morning that I leave my friend's house and come over to your house.
Yeah.
A 10-minute drive. I get here. I open up the door. Everything's fine. I walk in. I, like, go to take a nap, and I go to plug my phone in, and it's dead. Or go to, like, or I don't have the charger or whatever. As per usual. Like, I need a little charger. So I'm like, oh, it's in my car. So, like, being the smart person that I am, I take the keys with me. I'm like, just in case. I will walk out of your garage door, like the door from the house into the garage. And somehow it's like one of those doors that magically locks behind me. But for some reason, that happened to be a key that I didn't have. Like, I didn't...
Yeah, we don't have it.
Okay, it's like, why would they do this to a door?
We don't lock that doorknob ever.
Yeah.
And so it just didn't occur to me that you might.
Yeah.
And so... But we should have the key, landlord.
Right.
So I don't know why we don't to begin with.
And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to have to climb over some fences and look at every single thing. And you bet your butt.
You climbed over?
Well, and then I couldn't figure out how to open that gate.
I could have told you that at least.
Like, yeah. And
you climbed?
Well, I mean, I had to like check all the doors.
How did you climb it?
The gate on the side?
Yes.
I mean, just hop, skipped, and jumped.
For real?
Yes, real early. And then I thought, somebody's going to think I'm breaking into this house. And so now here I am.
Good thing you're white.
Out. No joke, right?
Yeah.
And like a female who's like,
blonde lady.
Oh my God. I just look ridiculous. A little crazy.
What were you wearing at the time? I kept picturing you in your jammies.
Jeans and a t-shirt. It wasn't anything, and it wasn't like last night's clothes or something. Like I had all my stuff. I looked normal.
Sarah's walking shame.
Right. It wasn't even like that. So I end up finally like getting back into the garage, but then I can't get into the house. So now I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? My phone's inside. It's dead. I can't call a locksmith.
Okay.
Because my phone's dead. So thank God I had my laptop with me in the car. So I had to get my laptop, find an outlet in your garage, plug it in, hold it close enough to get Wi-Fi from your house. And thank God I remembered the password. And
Sarah, this is crazier than I thought.
I couldn't, like, I had to download a program to, like, make calls because it wouldn't call from, like, FaceTime. Audio wouldn't work to something that's not on Wi-Fi. And, like, because my phone was dead, it wouldn't let me call, using my laptop or whatever. So finally, thanks to Google Voice, shout out to Google Voice, that, like, downloaded it, and I was able to make some calls. And I'm, like, holding the laptop up as I, like, speak into it. Because you know how service is here at your house.
Yeah.
And thank God there was a 24. I called like 5 people, and they're like, "Oh yeah, nope, sorry." And then nobody offered any like. So
here's something you could do.
Like, do they not realize that like it's not like I'm casually calling a locksmith. There's usually like it's kind of like.
How much did that run you?
You don't want to know.
Tell me right now.
Well, first to get into I was like, okay, get into the house. That's fine. And he's like, I'm real sorry, but I'm gonna have to break the lock to like get in. I said, okay. He's like, well, do you want me to replace it? I'm like, yeah, sure. Nowhere along the lines did he even give me a quote for what this would cost, a quote for what the labor, and you know how I'm a do-it-yourselfer.
Yeah.
I could have picked up a $15 lock and done that, no problem.
God, I'm so sure.
What do you think? Okay, 8 a.m., it ended up being like 8 a.m. by the time I was able to get a hold of a locksmith.
Maybe $200?
$320-something.
Oh my God.
And I was like, well, you know what? That is cheaper than what it would have cost to like stay at a hotel or something. I was like thinking like that. I had to like justify it.
Oh no, that is terrible. I'm so sorry.
No, it was a learning lesson, and it was in my mind. I'm like, man, this feels like one of those hot mess kind of days. But I was like, I'm way too responsible for that. I grew out of this phase of my life. Like, what's happening here, Sarah? And I thought I had been so responsible taking the keys with me.
But that's what see, I just hit the mic again. We're
amateurs.
But that's what I mean about how you think everything's in order.
Right.
But all it takes is one little thing, and then you're like on the street and no locksmith will come. Yes. And you think, what have I done with my life?
That's why I was laughing before we went on the air, because I had to know, like, as your days were being like insane and stressful and all these little things going wrong, also mine was at home, and I'm like, what the heck is happening and sometimes I wonder, I'm like, is this Susie's stress right now, or is this mine? Because I'm sensing that maybe she's dealing with something, or like, I got to check, because I don't know if it's hers or mine. Sometimes it's both.
Yeah, double trouble over here.
Emotional contagion, or whatever. I learned that in our book club book.
Really?
Yes.
That's a thing.
Yeah, in the sympathy, or our symphony with animals. It's all about empathy in animals. And how emotions are contagious, and you see this in dogs.
I'm sorry I put that on you then.
Oh, you didn't. It's okay. Your cat was so comforting and nurturing, and I love. Who knew I was a cat person?
See,
I'm just a your cat person.
Yeah, because it's basically like we have a dog.
Yeah,
that cat fetches, and like you'll be like,
it does fetch.
It's so weird. And when the doorbell rings, she goes and runs to the door. What? I didn't know I got a dog.
She definitely fetches. And when I saw it, because I was like doing what I normally do with my dogs, like take a little ball and like throw it. And I don't know what I was expecting. And she totally did. And then like brought it back close enough to me where I was like, well done.
Sometimes when the doorbell rings, you know what they're delivering is some new Fabletics pants.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy if they do. Ooh,
ding dong, best pants ever are coming to you. Yeah. Yeah, you need to buy some more.
Well, I need to update with some like summer.
Yes, summer
gear.
fashion.
Everything I have is darker colors.
Yes, Fabletics are the pants for you. this company was founded by Kate Hudson, who's freaking adorable. But it's stylish gym wear that you can really wear anywhere. Super comfy, but also stylish and affordable. That's what made me so impressed, is that it's high quality, but it's not going to cost you your whole bank account. It's a one-stop shop for affordable athletic wear. Yoga pants, running, gym gear, sports bras, shoes, accessories, everything you need. And they have a deal for our listeners, probably because our listeners are the freaking best.
I definitely know that they are.
And you get 2 pairs of their leggings for only $24 total. It's a 99. I love that you're acting surprised.
Was it always 2 pairs?
Yes.
Oh, damn. That's the best deal.
It's a $99 value. When you sign up for the VIP program, just go to fabletics.com/braincandy to take advantage of the deal. It's fabletics.com/braincandy. You get those 2 pair of leggings for only $24. It's $12 for a pair of leggings.
That's why I say, what?
I know. Also free shipping on orders over $49. And Sarah pointed out that they do not pill these pants,
Yes.
which sometimes I guess those leggings are like that. Mm-hmm. And so and you can wear them on trips to hell, like I just went to. And if I had worn mine, I would have been able to sleep in something other than the buff. Because, when they take your luggage.
Yes, and you can't be, like, putting on the same dirty clothes. No.
My God, I should have worn Fabletics so well.
Yeah, then you would have been comfy.
Live and learn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's start talking about things that we care about.
Oh, I care. Well, as I mentioned, I care about your cat. And when I got here, I asked Suze, if, all you listeners out there, if she knew about her cat's obsession with the bathtub.
Oh, my God.
What the heck is going on with that?
Every time I get in the tub, which, as you know, is several times a day, she jumps up and sits there and dips her paw in and licks it. So gross. And then also when I'm done and the tub is still wet, she goes in and, like, rolls around in it. It's very odd.
So I'm taking a bath, and I was like, ooh, I'm, like, got to be like Susie when I'm here, and I'll, like, take a bath, too, which was lovely. And I especially love that you have the little stopper for the bathtub.
Yeah.
Whatever that. She's got a good stopper that's like, I like that. It's good. Those little things. Put it on my Amazon favorites list.
That's hilarious.
It's that good. So I was like doing the whole like beauty routine. I'm like doing a facial, and I like get out to like put the facial on, or the face mask on, like rub it in. And as I hop out of the bathtub, and now I'm like standing in your mirror, like naked, like doing my face mask.
Yeah.
Behind me, I hear some noise.
It's scary.
Your cat then fell into the bathtub and then did exactly what you would imagine a cat who fell in the bathtub did. Freaked out. And then it was like, rawr, rawr, rawr. And then I'm like, oh no. And I think the cat's going to like drown or something. So I turn around to like reach down and grab the cat. And the cat like then uses my arm as leverage, jumps out and goes like taking off like a cat out of your bathroom.
Cat out of hell.
A scared cat, yes. Like a cat out of hell. Out of your, and then so I'm like running out because I'm thinking, oh no, she's got a nice leather couch. What if the cat jumps on the couch and is soaking wet? And like, this is weird. What do I do with a wet cat all over the house? And then I start like running down the hallway. And then all of a sudden in my mind, the fact there are like windows everywhere. And also I was like, wait, aren't there like cameras all over our house?
I was just going to say.
And I'm like, I can't be running around our house in the buff with my weird face mask on. And so I'm like, oh, the cat will be fine. And so I go back into and then just the real thought I was having was like, man, the cat, we were friends. So, and I don't know if it's going to be the same after this, especially since I tried to like grab her, and we were fine after she dried off. And there were a few tense minutes where she like looked at me like, you did
stink
this.
eye.
Yeah. And then was just like licking herself.
Oh my God.
And like went in the corner, but then she like came
You have
back
so
around.
many mishaps.
It was hilarious. But that cat, I do think she has the potential for wanting to climb your fence and escape out of your roof. I was definitely scared she was going to do that.
She can't reach it.
Okay, good.
In the courtyard.
I had to give that a good look.
Yeah, we did too.
And like, I'm like, could these branches support her weight?
Sarah.
Every time I would go out and I like check on her every half an hour. Are you still here? Okay,
good.
good.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, she's a black cat in the middle of the night? No, I'm never going to be able to find this.
I need to check the tapes of like.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be funny.
I never looked at our cameras while I was away, but now I think I might.
I think you should, because it was certainly fun. And then in my head I was like, man, I do talk to myself a lot. It would make more sense when there's a camera there to do this. Somehow it made it okay.
Well, you were talking about dogs, and that actually is one of the things I wanted to ask you about. Did you see the article in The Atlantic about how dogs have evolved quickly to have those puppy dog eyes?
Your cat's paws underneath the door. She's really wanting to get in right now. That is the funniest thing. She misses me, clearly.
She's trying to open the door.
How fast did this happen?
They said it's extra fast. And they didn't say this in the article, but I wondered, is it just that we're breeding them to have when you get one with cute eyes, then you're more likely to.
Yeah.
But they seem to indicate that this is just because the reward is so great.
I think so. And I'm also kind of thinking, how we've talked about how, during the early days, back in the days, when children were like part of the workforce, that they weren't as like, I don't know, what's the word? Like not coddled, but they weren't seen as these like, oh my gosh, the kid is so special and da-da-da. It was like, no, this kid is here to work on the farm, work and da-da-da-da. And maybe it's how we have thought about dogs, where they used to be like part of the workforce.
Yeah, labor.
And now they're these companion things that we, Landon's out of town, so I come up here and I worry like, oh my God, should I leave the dogs outside and blah, blah, blah. And in reading this book about animals, or I was watching some video and they were saying like, oh, this dog was left in the backyard for 3 years and just had, people go by and feed it, whatever. And I was like, wait, the dog was in the backyard for 3 years? My dogs are going to be fine with the door open and in their backyard for 6 hours.
Yeah.
I had to remember that a dog is still a dog. And, maybe it's because I don't have kids. I've turned my dog into these babies so I wonder if because we've almost
our use of dogs is
has
now
changed.
About companionship and emotional well-being rather than any kind of help.
Hunting where's the animals, like what scare away the
useless.
rabbits.
I mean, we can all agree.
We have 2 dogs and still have a rabbit problem at our house, so they're doing nothing.
They don't even chase those guys?
No.
Oh my God.
Bo would definitely chase that. When we were camping, Bo, oh my gosh, would do the point thing with her hand and do that. And I was like, oh, look
what
at you.
What is that? They do that when they're hunting?
Like when they see something and that was real
adorable.
cute. Like Sigmund saw her do that a few times, and then we were out playing, and then Sigmund did it, and I was like, who are you kidding? You can't smell for shit. Like you can't even find the food that I throw right in front of your face. You barely even have olfactory senses, buddy.
I know. The designer dogs are useless.
Completely.
I know. They're just pretty.
I was just like, you want to be tough right now, and you're doing what Bo's doing, but you don't even know what that means, Sigmund.
They were saying that the thing that makes puppy dog eyes is they have these muscles that human beings don't really have that create that thing, the adopt me look.
Yes.
And that it said they do it more when humans are interacting with them. And I was surprised, though, to read that, well, I shouldn't have said that. If you were to guess what lights up their brain more, human interaction or feeding, what would you guess? Well,
I would guess feeding.
Why? I would have guessed humans.
I feel like...
Because that's correct.
The humans are the providers of the food. And I think...
Oh my God, we're just a conduit for
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Because I think the only way that I've ever motivated... praise sort of works, but if you're training a dog, there's no amount of who's a good boy?
Okay, that I get. What I was imagining, though, was, when you come home and they lose their shit, they don't really do that about food.
Oh, I have seen them do that about some food that I've had.
Okay, but generally it's like they're happy. They want to eat it, but they're not losing
their shit
it.
When
you come home.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's because they have no sense of permanence. Or object permanence. They thought you were gone forever. Yeah, I think it's that.
Yeah, okay.
And then my dogs will do weird things when I leave the house, refuse to eat their food if I'm
hunger
leaving,
strike.
Because I think that they're rationing it.
Oh my God.
They're like, well, I don't know when the hell you're going to be back, so I got to save this and maybe not, because then when I come home, they'll immediately go to the bowl and eat it all. Like, oh, good, she's back, so I can eat this, and then she'll give me more. It feels very like...
I bet you're right.
Like
I never thought about that.
There's a lot of planning that these dogs are doing that I am not privy to. There are also somehow they've worked out a system of who gets which bed, because we have like 2 dog beds next to the couch, and I've assigned one to one dog and one to the other. But then every now and then, one will be on the other one, and they'll switch. And then when I'll try to go put them back, and no, Bo, that's your bed, Sigmund, that's yours. They look at me like, ugh, not this week.
Yeah, right.
And like they
we have
go
this worked
back.
out.
Right. And I was like, okay, fine. Well, you guys work it out. Wherever you want to sleep. I thought I'm just trying to like enforce but I have no control in that house.
I'll tell you though, there is a food that makes me really excited, like the dogs.
Yeah. What?
Green Chef.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I'm on it right now. In the vegetarian, I'm doing a vegetarian,
situation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, and I like the customization that I don't find with other.
I'm glad
companies.
you're back on the vegetarian
Me too.
train.
I feel better.
That's nice
Yeah.
because you've always wanted to do that. I'm
Right,
glad to hear
thank
you're
you.
back on the train.
Yeah.
Green Chef is great because it's a meal plan delivery service that it lets you choose a wide array of easy to follow lifestyles, and they have select organic ingredients. And basically the deal is they send you the recipe and all the stuff you need to cook it. So it's super easy. It's very yummy. Flavorful recipes for your lifestyle. New recipes every week too, which, so you won't get bored. It's all a variety. Because when I make my own meals, it's going to be the same for all the time. So that's really nice. And it just makes life way more convenient. Green Chef is a USDA certified organic company, and meal plans include paleo, plant-powered, vegan and vegetarian, pescatarian, keto, gluten-free, and omnivore. So
what else do you want? That's
really
everything.
Like every kind of type of plan.
Except junk, which
Except
is exactly
garbage.
what we want.
Yeah, so for a total of $75 off, that's $25 off each of your first 3 boxes. Go to greenchef.us/braincandy75. That's a total of $75 off. It's $25 off each of your first 3 boxes. Go to greenchef.us/braincandy75.
I made a great meal the other day, and then it was so good and so simple that I texted my brother, who is also eats mostly a plant-based diet, and he made the same meal at his fire station because he was in charge of making food
they
that
take
day.
turns.
And he was like, "Ooh, that's a perfect one," and made it.
That's
and just
fun.
mixed some eggs into
they need their protein.
Sweet potato hash kind of thing.
Yum.
Delicious and so easy. And he was like, "Thank you." And I'm like, "I'll take all the credit." You're welcome.
So there you go.
Yes.
We're making your life better,
Yes.
people. That's what
Yes.
we do around here.
I want to say one more thing about, I want to say probably 5 million more things about your, when I stayed at your house.
Oh, yeah.
And how fun it was. And how
fun it
this
was.
is one of my favorite things, which is now my new goal. I text Susie, guys, and I say, your house has become the bar now for organization and everything being in the right place. Because I'm not kidding. I don't know if this is because I know you so well, but I don't think it is. I think it's because you're so smart where everything is in this house. I would need something, and I go, okay.
Give me an example.
I needed a lighter.
Okay.
And I was like, where would a lighter be? First drawer I open, right there. I'm like, nailed it. And then I needed a broom. I was like, where would a broom be? First drawer, nailed it. And I'm like, I need some saran wrap. First drawer,
No
nailed
way.
it. Right next to it makes sense. That's where you put the foil, because if you were going to take something out of the oven, you need everything.
Thank you.
And trash bags, liners for. I was like, what would be the most convenient? I know, the closest drawer to the trash can. Turn right around, open it up. There they are. I was like, damn, she is so
This is
good.
hilarious.
It was the best. I made a list because I was going around the house and I was like, this is so funny.
I feel so seen right now.
It's true. And it was
I feel like I'm tearing up, actually.
because I do
it's
see
so
you.
nice.
And one of those kind of things that, we do for ourselves that really help make our lives easier, but nobody really gets to appreciate. I see you, and I appreciate and understand every single little thought that went into it. Oh, I do. That reminds me, I do owe you a box of macaroni and cheese because now there's one left.
I'm glad you ate that. Nobody eats it over here.
Delicious. So
It's delicious.
yeah, well, because I went into the refrigerator and we had our brain candy meetup, and there was a bunch of leftover pizza.
Yeah.
And I think I had higher hopes of how long that pizza would last than...
We threw it out.
We
threw out a lot of it because you can't fit it all.
Right. And then there were some left, but, 5 days is pushing it. I was like, nah, I can't eat this. I, cooked it, and then I'm like, this doesn't smell. The cheese isn't melting right.
She says she likes coming over here because I have a lot of junk food.
Oh, my God. And one night, I don't know, I got, the munchies at, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And
What'd you go for?
Well, we had all the leftover candy from the...
A lot of candy.
If you watched the video, you would see hilarious, midnight. I don't even think I was conscious. It probably sleepwalking.
You were foraging.
And then I went and got a handful of M&Ms and dropped a few on the floor. And I'm like, well, I got to make sure I pick everyone up. And I was doing it in the dark. And
oh my God.
So I'm sure somebody would think man, is she drunk in there? Nope. That's just midnight. Need some snacks. And yeah.
I'm definitely checking the footage
you should.
For your foraging.
The thing I regret not opening up is, you were almost out of those delicious cookies that you love, but I couldn't bring myself to open a brand new bag of them. So I was
I'll
just wait till next time they're open and I'll.
Okay.
Don't worry, I put work in on the Ritz crackers.
Sarah's obsessed with the Ritz crackers.
I love them.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
What is that from your childhood? Do you think?
I think I'm obsessed with a lot of that stuff. Not kind of obsessed, but.
Well, remember how before I left, when I was telling you how the reason I take baths my whole life and I'm obsessed with them and I hate showers is because we grew up without a shower. There was no shower in my house. And so when we were about to go to Pittsburgh and we knew we were going to maybe stay there, I was like, well, we have got to fix that shower because I might love a bath. Now, Adam, however, needs a shower. Yeah. So I'm like, Mom, get the plumber, come over, fix the damn thing, and just pay with my card. Yeah. So she did. And I was like, well, how much did that cost? Mm-hmm. After, 40 years of no showering, $100.
I mean, 1/3 the price of a locksmith for so much more enjoyment and pleasure.
Locksmith, right.
That's hilarious. So did you take a shower at your house for the first time?
No, because Sarah, I have taken showers.
Right.
I just hate them.
But I was thinking at your house, maybe just christen it. You'll do it. And
I didn't.
No.
I can't. I hate it.
I was going to say how much to paint over the clown paintings. But then I was like, no, maybe I shouldn't say that because maybe she wants those up for forever. No, they're
gone. The clown's gone.
Oh, okay.
But Adam did use the shower. And since no one had ever used it, we discovered that the shower curtain rod falls on top of us when we use it because it's not used to the steam.
Oh my God.
So every time you would take a shower, the whole shower curtain would drop to the floor on the rod and everything. You just didn't know that because no one was ever doing that in that house.
Is it one of those spring-loaded ones?
It was plastic, garbage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Everything in that house is garbage. Sorry, Mom. It just is true. But we made it. Yeah. We survived. And now you have to survive this episode. Everyone's having to listen to this bullshit.
Oh, no, they want to hear. This is great.
They do not.
They do. It's so funny and it's so great. I'm trying to think of what else hilarious happened.
How funny, by the way, was episode 333 when we were out of control?
I thought it was so funny.
And then I forgot to have Adam edit that bit
Oh, I'm so glad he didn't.
And Dahlia had to hear about my exploits. I was
gonna remind her right now.
Disturbed.
I am so happy that it turned out like that because it cracked me the heck up.
People were like, I'm glad that you opened up. We hear a lot about Sarah. I am not glad. No more wine while podcasting.
Oh, more wine while podcasting. Definitely.
By the way, because we were talking about the cute dog thing, I was reading this article about why we compare kids to food. When we say, I want to eat you up.
Oh, yeah. This is totally something I do. I'm always wanting to...
They call it cute aggression, kind of how you want to, squeeze something. Yeah. But it was also talking about how, when you're pregnant and it'll say, your baby is the size of a strawberry or whatever, and how that became a thing. And just that I thought they were going to say that this is hardwired in the human brain. Yeah. But they didn't. They said that
I thought it was too. I feel like past studies have even kind of hinted that it was.
She said that other cultures don't even do baby voice to babies.
No.
Some of them don't. they call that, let's see. It's called, oh my God, the cat's in here.
That's the cat, not even us.
So, oh my God, he wrote all over my notes by stepping on my keyboard.
Classic cat move.
Okay, they called it a simplified register, like when we're like, oh, little baby, that other cultures don't do that with babies.
Now I want to know what the long-term effects of that are.
You think towards humans, you mean?
Yeah.
Like if you talk like that to kids?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I got to get the cat out.
What happens if you talk like that to a kid and then what happens if you don't? Like, there are those parents who talk to their children like adults, and they always seem like they're really mature at a really young age. But are there good things to that? Maybe like not so good things to that?
I always say that I'm like the baby whisperer, the kid whisperer, because
you talk to them like regular.
Yeah, because I find it funny to be like, talk to a child like you would talk to your friend. And I feel like kids really like it.
Yes, they do.
Because they feel like special or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I remember my mom's friend who always talked to us like that, and I always liked her for it.
Was she funny or was she just serious biz?
No, she was funny too. But she was like a woman who didn't have kids, and I think it was kind of like her thing. It kind of,
Yeah.
She had kind of like a Susie vibe, so even though you have kids.
Yeah.
Kid.
But I just thought that was strange because wonder why we do it and what is with the food thing.
Right. And then when did we start doing it? Because maybe this once again goes back to how we look at children. And is there a difference between cultures where children are more part of like the household labor?
I guarantee you that was
I think it is.
The moment that changed.
Yeah.
And your baby's the size of a watermelon or whatever the heck they say. That began... They were saying, I think it was like with the internet when they would have like those baby sites.
Yeah.
Because they asked Baby Center. And what to expect when you're expecting adopted it in 2008 after it became so popular.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Did you read that
Cute
book?
aggression.
What to Expect?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What did you learn?
Well, and the thing is, I really should have just read up to the part where I was, because like if you read too much, you're like, holy crap! This
really?
is all, like it felt like stuff you already know.
Was it scientific or what?
Yeah, it was. It was written in a way that's easy to understand, and yeah, it was good.
I just find that to be a total waste of time.
Yeah, but a lot of it, I was like, okay, well, am I good? Because it's different for everybody.
Well, that's why it's a waste to me.
Right, because then I was thinking like, oh my God, am I going to have that? But no, you're not. So that's what.
Okay.
Yeah.
But man, I think people really crave some, like what to expect.
Right. They need some sort of.
Because the unknown is scary.
Right. It gives a little bit of like peace of mind.
Right.
If you're like, oh, I just had a little burp. Excuse me.
Another thing that gives me peace of mind is when I hydrate with liquid IV.
Oh, I need a little bit of that in my life. I did steal a couple of yours. So,
did you?
Yes.
Oh, good. And we had those for our book club attendees of the meetup, because I feel like once people try it, then they're going to be, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Liquid IV is the fastest, most efficient way to stay hydrated. They send out these little packets of powder that are flavored. You can choose whatever flavor. Adam is most fond of the
acai.
Acai.
Yes.
But they have lemon, lime, berry, whatever. And you just throw it in your water, and then it'll hydrate you 2 to 3 times faster and more efficiently than just like a water bottle all by itself. Plus, it has vitamin C, B3, B5, all the Bs.
Yeah. Great for kids.
Great for travel.
Oh, yeah.
Great for, whatever the heck you're doing in the summer, going out for picnics and being all active. Mm-hmm. We love Liquid IV. We know you will too. And right now our listeners get a deal, 25% off at liquidiv.com when you use our code BRAINCANDY at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order on Liquid IV's website. Go to liquidiv.com and enter promo code BRAINCANDY. Get your savings and start getting better hydration. That's liquidiv.com, promo code BRAINCANDY. Don't wait. Start hydrating properly today. Your kids will like it better, or it's much better than a lot of the garbage.
Yeah, without all the sugars and all that stuff.
The
stuff we're drinking right now. Don't say anything.
I won't say it.
So one other, I feel like I need Dolly to turn this into a poll or something, because I had another funny thought while I was at your house. Because so I'm all alone in this house. It's nighttime. Really night. No, I think it was morning, because I'm pretty regular. And I had to go to the bathroom. And I, number 2, like you do. And I went into the bathroom, and I didn't shut the door. And then I had this moment where I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom with the door open in somebody else's house. This feels weird.
Really?
And so I wanted to ask you, like, if you were alone in somebody else's house, would you feel comfortable going to the bathroom with the door open?
I would have thought yes.
Yeah.
But now I'm imagining that, and I think I might not be.
Right. And I was like, I wonder why I feel like weird about this.
But
and
you
it's
were
kind of
all
like the
alone.
same thought about like me running through your house naked. I was like, it feels weird to do it at somebody else's house.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you make brown, you don't want to take any risks.
I mean, and I was just like,
You
this
know
feels
that,
odd.
Can you believe some people just do that normally
Like
in their
leave the door
house?
open. Yeah, I can't. That's never going to be me.
If you do that, explain yourself. Anybody that's listening, because why?
Right. And I feel like it's important to have things that are
Sarah.
private and stuff that we...
And
I'm
if
not
we're
be
saying that,
one
you
of those
know.
families that's like, nope.
No. Because that's gross, man.
Yeah. I'm even kind of against, like, naked... a lot of nudity in the...
Mm-hmm. I used to be like that, and then we became a naked family.
Did you?
Yeah. I think it was almost the bringing a child into it.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, once you do that, literally delivering a child, you just
forget it. Right.
You lose a lot of the, modesty.
Yes.
And then also I kind of just wanted him to, like, not think it was weird.
Right.
Because I hated that about my childhood, being ashamed of my body and stuff.
In my family, it was too much in the other direction. So, like, I need a happy medium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's at the age now where I just had the thought of, like, okay, it's time to start, having our own separate moments of nudity.
Right. Unless you're, like, asking him to look at his bum.
Yeah.
And then,
in which case...
Go for it, kiddo.
Drop your drawers. Let's have a look at your beehole. I kept laughing about Rasputin's penis.
Oh, my gosh. Somebody else said that it was, like, debunked and that it was actually, like, a sea cucumber. And I say, no, not true.
A sea cucumber?
That's what they said. I was like,
oh, my God. What?
But that seems...
So you're not buying it?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. We need further testing needs to be done.
That is really disappointing.
Yeah.
I didn't even think sea cucumbers were that big. Also.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Really? They come in all shapes and sizes, too. Oh, my God.
And you know what they do, right?
Who?
Sea cucumbers.
Not
What happens when
really.
they get scared?
No, I don't know.
Oh, this is funny. This is, like, especially funny and why they thought a penis was a sea cucumber or vice versa.
Why?
That when you agitate sea cucumbers or to protect themselves or at a moment, I don't know what it is, but they release this sticky white fluid that looks exactly like what you think it would look like.
They do not.
Yes, they do. This was something that they told us when we were in Thailand, and Johnny and Evan and or I think it was Johnny who did it, picked up a sea cucumber and it was like, oh, let's see if we can get it to. This happened when we were on challenge.
They tried to ejaculate the cucumber.
Yes, because it does do...
Did it work?
I don't know, but I know it's real bad if you do it because it's like their last move before they're like going to die.
That's awful.
Yeah.
And also disgusting. I don't even think men should do that. That's foul.
Oh. But we're allowed.
Yeah, if there's a way that we could make that stop, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I was reading...
Oh, my gosh. It's so funny.
Like, I'll change the subject since
Yeah.
that's gross. A whiskey expert's guide to refining your palate.
Oh.
I thought you'd love this. It was a female.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. And she was saying that she goes to Target and smells all their candles and tries to get a sense for what, what smell is what and what she likes and what she picks up and stuff like that. And I thought that was a good bit of advice because we're all doing that anyway.
And that's what they tell you, like when you're wine tasting, the best way to learn about what stuff smells like is, you go to some tastings, they'll have, or I went to one time, that had all these different beakers with different things in them, like dirt and grass and rubber from a car tire.
Yeah.
And they're like, smell these things. now smell the wine, or vice versa.
Okay.
And you could smell, you're like, oh, now I get it. But you have to smell what does rubber tires smell like?
Yeah.
Because there really is that in wine.
Right.
And it's like the minerality and stuff like that. So it's like learning.
Changes the scent.
And the way, like if you're studying for your, I don't know, wine sommelier kind of test or whatever, say the best way to learn about wine is just taste a bunch of wines.
But do you think there is a right answer? I know that they claim that there is. This has these notes.
Yeah, I think so.
I almost think that can really be dependent upon who's doing the sniffing.
Right, that I agree with. Because it's all... Yeah, but there's some smells that definitely stand out, and you're like, okay, that's what that is.
Yesterday I smelled Lincoln's hair.
Oh, he's got that little boy smell.
Yeah, he usually just smells like
sour,
boy.
right?
Yeah, it's like gross.
Yeah.
Everything about boys is gross. But I go, your hair smells like McDonald's. Did you go to McDonald's today? And he goes, I went yesterday.
Oh my God, that's great.
I was so impressed with myself and also disgusted at his lack of showering and bathing.
Hey, 2 days for the hair, that's fine. I'm a once a week
in
kind
the
of gal.
Summer with little boys, it should really be.
Yeah, they have it's a smell that's unlike anything else. That's very specific to little boy.
He was in the shower the other day and he's like, "Okay, I'm done." And I'm like, "Did you clean your butthole?" And he was like, "Oh wait." And he had to go back in, and then he was like, "Okay, I'm done." And I'm like, "Did you clean your penis?" He was like, "Oh," and I had to go back in again. How do you forget? Those are the two main.
Yeah, those are the
parts.
important ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you clean?
Right. Behind his ears, squeaky clean.
Right.
His big toe, spotless.
It's like your butthole. That's
Right.
like the first stop on the cleaning train.
You know what? My brother was talking to me about this, about like what's the dirtiest place on your body?
Oh.
What would you guess is the
I
place
would've
that
said
where they have
fingers.
the most bacteria? Like
I
if they
definitely
test it.
would have said finger.
Believe it or not, it's your forearm.
Why?
Because like say your hands are dirty and you go to like wipe your forehead with your arm. People touch way more, and like when we go to wash our hands, someplace that we often forget. So maybe you wash your hands like 3 times a day, or 4 times, or whatever. But you never wash your forearm.
That's true. I do wash
you?
my hands a lot more than my arms.
Right. And that's
Okay.
like doctors are like washing up to the elbows and everything.
Yeah.
But he said that's the dirtiest part. And then you want to know what the cleanest is, that has the least amount of bacteria, when they like take swabs and they looked at a bunch of people?
Let me think. Okay. Is it your butthole?
Close.
What is
No.
it?
I'll give you a hint. It's a hidden place
The back of your knee.
behind your ears.
Oh.
The one place where they're like, make sure you get behind your ears is actually the last place you need to get, because it's the cleanest.
Really? Maybe it's different for boys though, because I pull my hair behind my ear a lot.
Yeah.
It seems like
same.
that would get dirty.
But maybe that. Oh, good point. Yeah,
Tell
they
you
did
what's
say.
not dirty.
What?
Kiwi subscription boxes.
Well, I don't even know about this.
Yes.
Tell me.
Well, that's because you don't have a child.
Oh, you're right.
But you need these because these are great gifts, and they have.
But I like to play with stuff too.
That's true. They do have boxes for older kids,
Oh, I love that.
when
Okay.
they're like up
Right.
to 100 or
Yes.
whatever.
From children to 99 years old.
Yeah, this is such a great idea, especially for summer for kids, because Kiwi Company sends these boxes where it's a project. So, like, I think I told you we had the mechanical sweeper, and then you can
that's
paint
right.
it, and then they
that's
can play
cool.
with it after they're done. So it's like,
And
when the
learn.
kids are like, I'm bored all summer long.
Right. There's no such thing. Where's your Kiwi box? You're
Where's
fine.
your Kiwi box? And it comes once a month, so you can always have a project to work on, and then they can play with it. And it's nice, you could do with your kids, and they focus on a lot of like the STEAM, science,
Yes.
technology, engineering, art, and math. And you can choose like the age of your child, which box you want, and then they have the fun and engaging projects to do. And it's just nice. If you're going to get a box, it might as well be something that will help them learn. KiwiCo is a convenient, affordable way to encourage your children to be anything they want to be. There's no commitment. You can cancel anytime. Monthly options start at $19.95 a month, including shipping. For our listeners, go to kiwico.com/braincandy to get your first month for free. Every day counts when it comes to making a difference, so don't miss out on the opportunity. Again, go to kiwico.com/braincandy to get your first month free. That's kiwico.com/braincandy. you should just do it.
Yeah.
You get a free one, see if you like it.
I feel like it'd be a cute thing to get because it's like that. I mean, that's like real inexpensive for like hours of entertainment.
Right.
Get like one for you and one for your friend who has a kid. And then they like
It'd be
can do
fun.
it separately and see which ones people made, or they can like have a play date and then they bring their box.
That's a good idea,
right?
Because those play dates, it's always like
And then
mayhem.
you turn into the
I know the hired
right.
help clown.
So it's like, okay, I'll get one and my friend will get one, and then we'll like have play dates where we drink wine and our kids build stuff.
That's a good idea.
Yep, there you go.
Sarah's
Summer
working
plans.
this. Sarah's working it all out for you.
I'm just trying to plan when I have kids, like how I'm going to entertain them, and just like use you as my guinea pig.
Well, you're definitely going to be better than me because you just are more engaged in kids than I am. I'm always like, what are you
It's
doing?
okay. I'm sure that'll wear it. It'll be worn off eventually.
No, I think it's just like it comes naturally to you. It's just who you are because you have a childlike.
I did sing a lot to your cat.
What kind of songs?
You know, just like whatever
Made
they were
up
doing.
ones.
Yeah.
We always say she's a lava lady because her name's Lava, even though we call her Mr. Meow.
It's okay. I called her everything.
I do love a made up song.
Me too.
I gotta say.
Yeah.
Did you bust out my banjo at all?
No, I brought my ukulele though, and I had some jam sessions with that. I mean, it was
Nice.
just so nice out here, like the sunshine.
It's very
lying by the
peaceful, isn't
pool,
it?
Just like jamming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a peaceful life.
Yes.
I was reading about this paint company called Faro and Ball, which I hadn't heard of. I'm sure I've seen it like on Instagram or something, but they have interesting names for their paints.
Oh, I love those.
I thought you would because you seem
it's like nail polish color.
you should have that job.
You are not the first one to tell me that.
Yeah, you would be good at that.
Because like some of them are punny and like
Yeah.
yeah.
And these ones, they were saying like they have this one color that they call elephant's breath. And
I know
it's
exactly
a
what that
taupe.
would look like.
And they were saying it sells so much better than the other gray shades because the name is
God, that's so funny.
engaging or whatever. And they have one called Dead Salmon. And it really does look like a dead salmon. And I just thought that was interesting how the human brain, we see a color, you would think it would just be like, what color do you like? Mm-hmm. But the words are so important.
Totally important.
I mean, anybody in advertising would be like, duh.
Right.
But it kind of makes me mad when I feel like the human brain is so stupid.
There's a perfect red color of OPI nail polish, and I'll always remember because I think it has the best name. It's called "I'm Not Really a Waitress," which
Why?
is like it kind of looks like what color?
That's really
like,
funny.
You can almost picture it of like, oh, I'm not really a waitress. Of like what color shade of red that would be.
Wow.
Of like kind of
But
like a
how do you think
brighter
that
red.
happened?
And
Do you think that the person actually saw a waitress wearing that and thought, oh, that's funny? Or do you think it just was like, let's be cute?
or yeah, of like, oh, this is my day job, but I moonlight as a lounge singer, and
Right.
this is the red nail polish I wear as I do that. It seems like it fits.
They should, I need more. Like, I need to
To know,
do an interview with
yep,
someone that
ballet
names it.
slippers. Those are that's like the most popular color by
Yes.
Essie.
Yes.
God, I know way too many names of nail polish colors off the top of my head.
Yeah. Oh, and they in this article, it did learn a fun fact, which
I
is,
love a fun fact.
you know how everything's white now? You know, that's the look
Yeah,
that
yeah.
most people go for,
Yeah,
that
that's what I
minimalist
did.
thing. But on Instagram, it photographs really well if you have like really rich colors.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people have that really dark ceiling that makes everything look rich and fancy. And they were saying that when that became popular, it was back in the day, it was because everyone had lamps and the smoke would leave stains on the ceiling. And
Interesting.
so it was like a high society thing, like if you didn't want to look shoddy.
Okay.
Isn't that fun?
Yes.
I love stuff like that.
Me too. About why like those paint colors become.
Yeah. And like even at pubs, often the ceiling will be real dark.
I never knew that.
You know, it creates a mood, but I'm sure that the origin has more to do with practicality than
Yes.
just like, this looks good.
Right.
But yeah, they were saying also that when they kind of don't know what to name something, they'll choose a word in English and then just translate it to French, and then people like it better.
That makes sense.
You know, like just white will be chemise or,
yeah.
you
my
know,
gosh,
stuff
that
like
does
that.
sound fancy.
Right. And you think, this
yes,
is classy.
Yes, lace, chemise, lace.
It's just annoying to me, though, that we're all so
Chantilly
stupid.
lace, that's what I'm thinking of. It's like, that's white.
Yeah. And stuff like that. I just thought, boy, you don't really think about what all goes into a product.
So, like, if you were to look at our couch right over there, it's like the kind of like a teal color. What name would you give that?
What are you calling it?
I think it would be called... I mean, my instinct is like mermaid tears.
Oh, mermaid tears. That's hilarious. I was going to call it like spilled ink.
Oh, see, that I would imagine would be more navy.
Well, what made me think that, though, is because it matches your tattoos, and I thought of ink.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we'll keep working on it. There's potential.
Good. Yeah. This is like the wine smelling. There's no right or wrong answer. Here. Spilled ink sounds
Except there
great.
is. All right. Yeah, I like yours better. Mermaid tears, like a sad mermaid.
I'm sure that exists for something. Or like peacock, something peacocky.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It would be like called like...
Peacock feather.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like a name with two, like a, what do you call it?
Double entendre? Euphemism.
Alliteration.
Two words with the same letter.
Yes,
okay.
yes. So like...
I was way off.
Peacock's pleasure.
Oh.
Or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Peacock plume?
Yes. Yes.
We got
it. Sold. That's it.
We'll let Joybird know.
needs to rename their fabric right now.
What else do you want to hear about? The history of jazzercise?
Yes. Oh my God. I used to go to those classes with my mom when I was little and sit in the stroller. And I remember them doing it. And I used to watch when she would wake up in the morning, she would do her jazzercise, and they would have Mickey's jazzercise, which was Mickey Mouse leading jazzercise videos. And I watched those almost every morning when I was a little kid.
I can't believe your mom did that.
Mickey's Mousercise, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do.
Wow.
Do-do-do-do. Come on, everybody, let's Mousercise. Mickey's Mousercise.
Wow.
I still remember the theme song.
Gosh,
Yeah.
Sarah, you must have been really
Fit.
fit. Holy smokes, I didn't know that this was going to be a close to home segment, but
You shouldn't always know this with everything you bring in.
there was an article in, I think it was The Atlantic, The History of Jazzercise, and I really enjoyed it because people make fun of jazzercise a lot. It's become sort of, a joke.
Yeah.
And that it's a bunch of these weird white ladies, like, looking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. And they're like thong spandex over the shorts, which I don't know why that was a thing.
Oh, my God. How did that happen?
My mom owned those and wore them proudly. Why was that a thing?
Yeah, it's not comfortable. It's not practical. And it doesn't help the exercise even.
Nope. It's just like,
It
I
was
just
just
always
in
think of
style.
Jamie Lee Curtis in what movie?
Body Heat?
Maybe that is it, where she's the jazzercise instructor and John Travolta's in it and she's doing like the hip thrust.
Wait,
and
let
she's
me
like,
look.
It's one of the greatest
Jamie Lee
scenes.
Curtis.
And she's so good at it. And I'm like, she's nailing jazzercise right now.
Let me see what it's called. Perfect?
I don't know.
I think it's called Perfect. I've never heard of
Me
that.
neither, but I've definitely seen the clip like a million times.
It only got 2 stars.
Okay, well, I give her jazzercise scene 5.
Okay, so what I liked about the article, though, 5, is that it was pointing out how it has a reputation for being for white ladies, but that really it is the opposite, where because there's not peacocking,
Yep.
there's not that Lululemon sort of, what's that word? Snobby.
Yeah.
Thing and competitive. Mm-hmm. It's like, come as you are, wear a t-shirt, you can look gross. And then
Like now it's like this.
that's what it's saying.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of low income folks.
Yes.
They meet in churches and
Yes.
fire halls and stuff like that. So it's a better option for folks who might be
Yes.
low income. And then, they're more inclusive for everybody, which I liked.
The moves are, you can do it at different fitness levels and make it more complicated or easier or whatever for you, what your needs are.
They were saying the lady that founded it, she started it in, I think, San Francisco, and started it on a military base, which worked really well because then when the ladies had to move, as you do, they were sad that they were going to miss it. And so she started a certification program so they could take it with them. And then it became the second biggest franchise company in the world outside of Domino's.
Oh.
Which is amazing.
Get it, girl.
Yeah.
She's a genius.
She is. And what a clever business model. Who would think exercise could be franchised?
Man, that's great.
Yeah. And she's still doing it. She's still jazzercising. Her daughter runs like the operations. And they were saying that what it does is, just like anything, including this show, it's not about the content. It's about the community that you establish. Yeah. And so, like, our audience isn't really coming to us for facts. They're coming to us to feel like they're with their girlfriends.
The poo stories. Yeah. Got it.
For our terrible content. But you create a community, and that's what Jazzercise did. It was community through choreographed fitness.
Yes.
And I thought, okay, this is cool, because I thought it was going to be just like making fun of it and kind of poo-pooing it, which is what tends to happen when anything is feminine. Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing it said. Before Jazzercise came along, there really wasn't fitness models for women. Mm-hmm. It was like a gym might have a day where they do like women's
and it's
stuff.
Weird. Like did you ever watch the show, something Mrs. Mabel?
Marvelous
Mrs. Maisel. Maisel. I was wrong on almost every one of those words. There was a scene in there where all the wives go to a workout class, and it's so bizarre, but I know they existed. Yeah. Where it was...
Some of them would wear high heels and do weird stuff.
Yes. And it was kind of like had the... I don't know, like I could see it as being like primitive jazzercise almost. Yeah. You know, and how that evolved. And it would be like, okay, little circles with your arms, you know. Yeah. And I could picture my aunt going to these kind of classes, and that's like
was your mom doing it as a means of losing weight, or
like
was about
straight up working out, fitness? Like my mom was fit and into all that stuff.
Get out of here.
Oh yeah, there's a picture from her honeymoon where she's standing on a rock in Hawaii with like her arms stretched out, and she is so toned and has the strongest arms. And I just remember looking at that when I was little, and I'm like, dang, my mom is so fit.
Really?
Oh yeah. And she would always say it's because she carried heavy bags when she did wardrobe and would just sling all the clothes over her arms and carry them everywhere. And she just moved a lot.
I was reading this book called Into the Planet, and it's about a female cave diver.
Wow, spelunker.
Scuba. What?
A spelunker.
What is that?
A cave diver.
Why do they call it that?
Because spelunking is the act of exploring caves.
Okay. So wonder why that wasn't covered.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But when I'm reading sort of what all it takes to just do the thing you're enjoying is enormous. Like, it's what you're saying about your mom carrying all that crap. Like, I would be done 2 hours in. Like, this is not for me. Yeah. I don't like to be uncomfortable. Right. But just to get in the water, you know, you have to do all the safety checks. You have all that gear. You have to prepare for everything.
Oh, she does underwater, scuba caves. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought
is that not splunking?
No, that's like regular cave, like you rappel down into a cave, like underground caves. But scuba, that's even scarier.
Scary.
Forget it.
Yeah, she's done like Guinness World Book of Records.
Oh, that's the most terrifying thing ever.
Yeah. And everything I read, I was like, why does she do this? No. She seems amazing, and it really impresses me. And I love when women get into fields where there's not a lot of other women.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it.
You have to have such a strong mind.
Yes.
In that scenario.
In every way.
Just scuba diving, period. Like, I went on my honeymoon, and Landon doesn't scuba dive, but I went by myself. Well, you always have to have a partner. But I had an instructor. And we were going down to explore some caves. And I had never done that before.
Were you scared?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's with scuba diving for me, you don't go that often. I don't go that often. So when there's years in between where you don't go, you're like, oh my God, do I remember everything? How's everything work? Like, I got to make sure I know everything. Because, like, it's all good until it's bad, and then you're dead. So I'm like, I need to make sure I know what I'm doing down here. So I was nervous for that. And then you really have to, it's a different kind of breathing where you breathe out of your mouth the whole time.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And you have to like tell yourself to inhale and exhale. It doesn't feel very natural. And if you try to breathe naturally, you'll end up, you can't do it. So, so I'm nervous for that already. And then we dive down and we go into this cave, and there are probably like 10 other groups diving with, everybody has their own instructor. Some people, it's like one instructor for 3 people.
Yeah.
And I don't know these people from Adam. Like I don't know how long they've been certified, the other people who are diving. And it's like, I know I'm good down here. But what I worry about is being in confined spaces with somebody who freaks out, and then they panic, and then they grab something close to them, and they accidentally grab my mouthpiece or something like that, or whatevs. And so we go into this cave, and there are a bunch of people in there already, like in different corners. Not a bunch, but there are like 5 people in this cave that's probably like no bigger than, I don't know, an 8x8 room, and maybe a little bit bigger. But it feels crowded. And there's only one way in and one way out. And we go in, and we're like supposed to be like looking along the side of the walls, and my instructor's flashlight goes out. And it was everything I could do to not fully panic right there. And he's like, gives me like, I can sort of see, and he gives me like the, are you okay signal? And I'm like, nope,
Really?
I'm not okay. I got to get out of this cave.
Really?
Because I had a full blown panic. Like, I can't see in here. I don't know where the exit is. There are other people who I can't see. Like, I don't know where anything is. It was really scary. And I had never understood what a panic attack feels like until that moment. And I had that realization, like, under the water.
Get me out of here.
Oh, my God, this is a panic attack. And I feel like I am freaking out. And I had to fully, like, talk myself, like, you're okay.
Yeah, you're right about having
like,
a strong mind.
You have to.
Yeah.
And I felt like, wow, at that moment, I mean, it could have gone either way for me. If I didn't, my driver was like, you're good, stay calm.
That's the other thing I don't like about it is that, let's say you make the decision, depending on how deep you are, you have to decompress.
That's the thing.
Or maybe they call it recompress at that point. But
Yeah.
you can't just go up.
Correct.
And I don't like that.
And your instincts tell you,
go.
Go.
Yeah.
And you have to fight your instincts. And that feels really scary.
Like, they basically have to fight the natural human impulse.
Yes.
The entire time.
Whole time.
And that freaks me out.
Once you get into that place where it's almost like surrendering or accepting that you're okay.
Yeah.
It's the most
I love
beautiful,
it. I love
peaceful,
scuba diving.
Like, you remember when we went?
Yeah, I love
it.
it.
Was our first experience, my first time with you.
It's amazing.
It's one of my favorite pictures
It's
ever.
one of my favorite experiences.
Yes.
Being under the water like that. I did it in the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, cool.
I mean, I feel so lucky.
Yeah.
But to do it at her level.
Oh, forget it.
And how many things can go wrong and do.
Yeah.
Get me the heck out of here.
Right.
Like, you could, it's kind of like how I feel about camping. Like, you could live in a house. There are reasons why we have houses.
Right.
And it's kind of like that. Like, there is a reason why we live on land, dummy.
When all the scuba divers will say, well, I get to explore 2/3 more of the earth than you do.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
they're
cool.
right.
They
It's
are
just
right.
not for everyone.
Right.
Anyway, gotta go.
Yeah, gotta go scuba dive. See ya.
Check you later.
Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.